Alright guys, so we're back here with part 2 of Handicap in Gulfstream Park for Saturday's card. Like I said, this is a large card today, so we're just gonna go ahead and dive into another pick 4 ticket. And again, I want to reiterate on my last video, I did not give my top picks in order. I want to do that just in case, because I know scratches come aboard, and I may not live stream Gulfstream Park tomorrow, so we may not catch those changes live. So just gonna go real quick. Race number 2, my top pick is the 6. Second pick, we're going to go with the 2. Third pick, we're going to go with the 8. And fourth pick, we're going to go with the 5. Third race, first, my top pick. I'm going to make my top pick in this one the 7. I'm going to make my second pick the 4. And my third pick the 10. And my fourth pick the 12. Fourth race, I'm going to make my top pick. I'm going to make my top pick in this one the 7. Second pick the 3. Third pick the 6. Fourth pick the 5. And I did have my pick 4 ticket in that last video, and we're going to stick with those numbers for that pick 4 ticket. These are just my my rankings for the actual race. The fifth race, my top pick is the 4. Second pick is the 7. Third pick is the 5. And I'm going to leave it at my top 3 picks for the 5th race. Okay, so let's get into the 6th race. We have a 7 furlong dirt race for ages 3-year-olds, restricted handicap, purse of $60,000. So gonna go in here. This horse is 2 for 7 on the dirt, 1 for 3. Second time start that has not won. He's not gonna get play. I could already know that. 3 for 7, 2 for 3. Okay, all these horses besides the horse that never won, I don't know why he's entered in this race as a player. The class rating for this number is a 91. So we're going to handicap the 8 off that. Ran by Edgar Prado. This horse was, he's a winner for maiden 50,000. Sprinting with the blinkers. Then immediately went into starter $50,000. Fell to Venice, bumped in, bumped hard, going a mile. It says this horse is making a class drop off a cutback angle that we usually like to play, but we like to play with horses with speed. This horse doesn't look like it's going to show much speed. Hasn't shown speed against winners. Did in his main races, but hasn't shown speed of recent. You know that's going to be speed is going to hold very well in a handicap race on a Saturday card. So this one's going to be up against it. Doesn't look like he have the numbers to go with him as well as a 3-year-old. Now we have the 7, driven by Edgar Zayas. Only win has come. He has 2 wins. He's won last time out. This is a Florida bred. Winning for state bred. Did win debut or second time out for open. So this horse ran a 95, which is a fast number last time out. He should show speed. I guess eyes jumps back aboard. And for the handicap, speed and buyer speed going to be a good accurate indicator to form in this race, because there's not many handicap races. This horse was entered in a state bred stakes race and ran second. Okay, so we got to judge that last race, which was pretty good, 95. We're going to keep that in mind. So look at the 6. got destroyed last time out by 2 horses in here. Ridden by Saffy Joseph. His only win has come, 2 wins has come on a slop. He's won for 7 furlongs for $75,000. First level allowance for restricted 3-year-olds. So that's a nice race. What happened last time out? No visual excuses against Common Company. At 3-1, gets a different jockey today. It's a jockey downgrade from Edwin Gonzalez. So we're not gonna probably include this horse. This is the horse that beat him last time out. Misal Harmy, aggressive rider. No blinkers on this horse. 2-time winner as a 2-year-old, winner as a 3-year-old. We like to bet those type of runners. Only loss has come on a slop as a 3-year-old and a turf in his first career 3-year-old race where he was coming off of 2 races in a row. As far as I won 3 races in a row. So this horse right here should be tough to show speed. Have the class, just winning a stakes race last time. I'll have the class to hold on today. He's going to be tough now. I want to skip over the 4 and go immediately to the 3. Or the 1, competitive speed. Now this horse won 3 consecutive races last year going into his 2-year-old campaign. 3-year-old campaign, flattened out, stayed on, was entering into grade stage races, grade 1s, grade 2s. Last time out, as we saw, had a slow start and almost closed with Lionel Reyes. So this horse is a closer, and we know he has the class to close. As Lasix today, he could be tough. Running 85, ran against a runner we think is going to be super competitive today. Was only 2.5 lengths behind him. Even though he's 7-2 on the morning line, we could get an overlay today, and that could be the bet. So let's go back. We don't want to skip over the 4. The 4 horse, Lionel Reyes, who driven this one last time out. He likes to ride the 1 horse who we just saw at 7-2, a higher price than this 4-1. Already we're seeing him, even though he ran a faster race last time out, he's cutting back. This horse has not run since his 2-year-old campaign for restricted 2-year-olds. We do not like betting angles horses that has not won since his 2-year-old campaign. So this horse right here, he's no rally 4 wide. Okay, he's ran 3rd, beating 2 3/4 lengths. Just no visual excuses, and he's not really running competitive in his 3-year-old campaign against similar company. At 3-1, he could possibly be. I wouldn't mind this horse beating me at 3-1. If he's an overlay, he may be a plug. I still don't see him as a player in this spot. So far we have the 1 and the 5. The 5 to be on the lead. The 1 to possibly close. Let's look at the 3. This is a 2nd-time starter. That almost won for open main special weight. That's tough. Sported a bullet workout going into that race. Single lady, Sammy Camacho, Ken Sweezy. Now, Agazayas jumps off of it. I don't like betting maidens in a stakes race, but this horse does look tough because he sported speed 1st time out, and he should run better 2nd time out. Now this is a huge step up. The trainer is showing confidence to, move him up from a main special weight into winners. That's very unlikely to happen, so we're going to jump off of this one. Let's look at the 2. He faded for allowance 25 last time out. Doesn't look too well. Ian McBell who won last time out, who won by 11 lengths with this horse to jump off to ride that 4 horse, who we don't think is all too live. This horse, like I say, won that 11 lengths, and that $35,000 claimer for 9 winners with 2. That was his best race where he shows speed. This horse could show speed today. Debuting for 2 turns. I don't know if he's likely, he's not a speedball out the gate, so we're going to throw him off the ticket. We're going to include the 1 for sure. Going to include the 5, looks like to be long speed. Don't know what happened in the last race with the 6. Do we give him another chance with the Lasix being added aboard? That could be the issue. The Lasix being added. Last time out, did not run with Lasix. He's a winner with Lasix. Latex, sorry. A little dry mouth. Okay, I see something with the 7 already that makes me want to bet him. Agazai is back aboard this horse. He's a 2-year-old, winner for 2-year-old, winner for 3-year-old. Has shown speed in all of his career starts. He's a winner with the Blankers, fastest race as a 3-year-old. The rest of the story definitely should show speed along with the 5. If he shows, he's been first or second at every call from quarter pole all the way to the half-mile pole. In all of his career races as a 3-year-old, he's fit. He's just won for a mile, cutting back from 7. There's a lot to like with him. I'm looking for other horses to see who's cutting back before it's a cutback. Okay, so in this race, looks like we've narrowed it down to the 1, the 5, and the 7. Looks like the 7 along with the 5 should be up along near the lead. Speed's going to hold well on a Saturday handicap race, even though the 5 is carrying a lot of weight towards these. The 7 gets the weight break, draws the outside. Yep. Draws the outside post and should show speed along with the 5. So 5 and the 7 should be up there on the lead. The 4 could get a solid break, but hasn't shown speed at the end of his 3-year-old campaign. So I'm not expecting speed from the 4. Could possibly show speed. The 6 haven't shown much speed in his 3-year-old campaign as far as early speed. Do not see him going early with these horses. The 8 cutting back, don't see him going. So we have the 5, the 5, the 7 to show the most speed, and we're looking for the 1. The 2 and the 3. If the 2 and the 3 show speed along with the 5 and the 7, the 1 is going to have the best closing kick, I believe. Over the 4, who's not really running, look like as a 3-year-old, and over the 6, who just ran a pretty bad race last time out. No visual excuses. So against similar company, against the 1 horse. So who showed a little bit of trouble. So we're going to go with the 1, 5, and 7 in this race. We're going to make the 5 our top pick. 5 our top pick along with the 7 as our second choice with that speed, along with the 1 horse as our third choice. Third choice as the 1 horse. Second. Okay, so we're going on to race number 7. We have a 5 furlong dirt race, age 2. We have a lot of 2-year-old races today. Main special weight, the 1 horse, second time starter, 2 horse, first time, second time starter, 1-4, 1-4, 5-6, all second time starters, 1-4, 5-6, second time starters. What's the class rating for this one? 79. This horse debut went fast. I probably wouldn't have played that day at all. I wouldn't have played him in general because he has no bullet workouts going into that race. So nothing in that first career start. Added blinkers first time out. And that first career start makes me want to play him today. Nothing in that first career start makes me want to play him today. So let's look at the 5. The 5 was outrunning his debut. Similar company, good jockey. I mean, good trainer, good jockey. But would have bet him in his debut on May the 29th, which was a Saturday. He adds blinkers and adds coming out of a 3 furlong work by Into Mischief. Okay, I'm kind of liking this horse, even though he didn't show any speed first time out. I wouldn't have played him first time out. But second time out with the blinkers and the bullet workout, he could run huge. We've been chasing Timothy Ham for a while. He might be sitting on a 2-year-old win. He's a really good trainer with 2-year-olds. You look up his stats. So we're going to keep the 5 in mind. It's a second time starter. We have the 4. Looks like he showed speed last time out. Similar race, the same race as the 5. He's not adding blinkers though. I would not have bet him first time out, but this one did show speed with Christian Torres, and speed is dangerous at the level for main special weights, going 5.5 furlongs. Speed is dangerous. And if we're going to include the 5, most likely, we're going to include the 4. You have to include the 4. That's why we looked at this trainer's. We just looked at the stats of this trainer. It's pretty bad. Nothing really to look at. Off-going tracks, even though these are slight bullet workouts. We're gonna not include him. Michael Yates and Miguel Vasquez, super strong connections for 2-year-olds. This horse does not sport a bullet workout though. So that's a negative. I'm gonna look past him, even though by Cupid coming out of a 3 furlong race, a bullet 3 furlong, not a bullet, but a 3 furlong work coming in. Could be a sign of speed. Antonio Serrano, Edgar Zayas. I mean, Lionel Reyes, Edgar Zayas written aboard. We don't like that. Edgar Zayas jumps off of this young horse. We would like to see Edgar Zayas jump back. Because of that, that doesn't boast much confidence. He adds blinkers second time out. Not really a good sign. Not bred in Florida anywhere. Okay, so far, the 4 with the speed, the 5, second time out. Let's look at a couple other of these first time starters. We have the 9, no bullet workouts by Safi Joseph, good jockey, good trainer, but no bullets in his workout pattern. Does sport a gate drill in his last race. Let's look at this horse. He does have a bullet workout. We like to just see one at least in his first ever workout. It's a bullet. Trying to get speed into this horse. Yeah, this horse is Safi Joseph draws 2 horses in here. See, that's an angle we love to play as well. Most like to include both. Right now, I'm sitting on just including the 7 to go along with the 4 and the 5, and possibly including that 2 horse. If we're going to include another one, even though I don't like betting sires that have not won. So yeah, he jumps off of a second time starter to ride the 7 horse. So okay, we're gonna break it down like this. I'm gonna make my Lionel Reyes doesn't jump up back aboard that 4. He likes to ride the 1. So that means this race could be very weak. If that's the case, because these jockeys look like they're getting off of these second time starters, that's a sign that a first time starter is going to win this race. And if I'm going to include one Saffie Joseph runner, I'm going to include the other one. That's just an angle to play. When you're narrowing it down, because right now it's between the 2 and the 9. I'm still going to include the second time starters from the 4 and the 5. Just because I like the blankets included with the bullet workout coming in with the 5. The 4 showed speed. Being third in the hedge, broke sharp last time out, could be on the lead. Lionel Reyes is just, he jumps off, but I don't like this horse in general. Edgar Zayas jumps off of him, so Daniel Pitt and Christian Torres, they have won races together. So take a look at the 2. This sire has 2 career starts and they've both been thirds. So don't really like betting first time starters that don't have bullet workouts. But I will bet the 9 only because Saffie Joseph throws another 1 horse in here. So we're going to go with our top picks right here. We're going to make that top pick I'm actually going to make my top pick in this race a long shot. I'm going to make my top pick in this race a long shot. Now this horse debuted. I don't think the 6 is going to have. I was looking at the 6. I just don't think he's going to have enough speed early to run with these horses. So I'm making my top pick the 5 horse, the intermissions runner, Cloud Play. Making him my top play with along with the 7 as my second choice, along with the 4 as my third choice, and along with the 9 as my 4th choice. And I feel like they're all must includes in here. Constructed my pick for a ticket and go 4 deep in there. And we're looking for the 5 or the 4 to get the lead, along with the 7, who's a first-time starter that could possibly get the lead, as well as maybe the born buddy of the 7 and 9 to show good speed. Don't really see much speed from anywhere else in here. So the 2 good connections, just I can't bet the sire and no bullet workouts. The 1 bad breeding, non-factor last time out. So that being said, we're going to go, like I said, 5 and a 4 to try to show speed along with the 7. Hopefully the 9 speed does well in 2-year-old races. So now we have 2 down, 2 to go. Brings us to the 8th race. This is 6 furlong, claiming 62.5. 9 winners of 2 races. So it's a pretty weak field right here. We're probably going to go through 1 for 19. As I said, that's pretty bad. 1 for 11, that's bad. 1 for 5, the 3 horse could possibly be a player. 1 for 16, that's bad. The 5 could possibly be a player. The 3 and the 5, the 7, 3 to 5, 3 to 5, and the 7 are all your players. You have a horse off an extended layoff from all the way last year. Um, we're gonna look at first off. He's a second time starter. Was a main track only on June the 5th. Race 12. Look at that, June the 5th, race 12. That was a Saturday. Oh, ooh, that's not good. Okay, here we go. June the 5th, race 12. Computer don't want to act right now for me. That's fine. I'm used to it. All this just to get to see a race that was scratched, and I didn't forgot it now. Race 12. Race 12. I just want to see where he scratched out of. Okay, he scratched out of a 12-5. 9 ones a 2 on a 5 furlong on the turf. So that shows that this horse has speed, possibly. 68. I guarantee you, ran a 70 at Grand Michelle. So horse probably has speed off an extended layoff. Don't like extended layoffs on a Saturday is fine, but the level of competition for extended layoff is pretty bad because it's at the bottom. He won for 25,000, was purchased for 20,000. Why not run him in a higher level, spot? But he did try to run him for 12.5, so technically that was a solid spot. The race didn't go, so but a 5 furlong sprint, he definitely has speed, so we're going to probably include this horse. Then we said the 5 was the next one to look at. This one's going to be extremely tough. Almost hasn't won since his 2-year-old campaign. We do not like that, even though this horse is taking off blinkers. Last 2 races, he showed speed at this distance. Just could not hold on. Running 4th, been beaten by a lot of the horses in here. Takes 2 to Wiggle, Queen of Barrio. We're gonna go to them immediately. Let's see. This is a weak horse that he's losing to. 2 races in a row. No visual excuses. Taking blankets off could possibly help. Him coming out of the May 20th race, he didn't really run too well. Ran an even race the last time out kicked. Ran second. He's not running too well in them races. This horse right here, he took the blinkers off last time out. 3rd time in the born of the Saffy Joseph runner. He stalked 4 wide and was willingly won. Has shown speed in his maiden races for 50 for 40,000, 6,000. Okay, so this horse could show speed. He did run pretty nice last time out. Was second at the level. We like playing runners who run second at the level. But these horses wasn't even in the players yet. We have to look at the 3. Who's actually a player in here. That's valid excuse last time out. He threw the outside post, which is not good in dirt races. He was bumped at the start, was too wide. You know, he doesn't have a knock because he does have a 3-0 win. Only knock is he possibly couldn't show as much speed. But this horse will be finishing at 15-1. I'm liking the odds on this one with Christian Torres, just as I did the race before, betting Christian Torres on one of these runners. He's had Red Ortiz Jr. in the past. This is a solid horse, even though I didn't like him last time out. Coming off an extended layoff. At a similar spot at 11-1. If I'm gonna take the 2 out of that race, I might have to take the 3 as well. Because of the trouble he faced. Now the 1 comes in, third at the level. Seeds has a second at the level, but most of the time at this level has not run too well. He's been at it for a while. So a couple of these horses I've seen the 9 1 is a 2 for a minute. The 2 is a must include. He's a second time starter without the blinkers, who ran second. That's an improved race. Should keep that going. Going to include the 2. We're looking at a lot of these horses that have run at this condition a couple of times now. Definitely want to include the 7. So we're including a 2 and a 7. Let's look at the 8 horse, who has not won since his 2-year-old campaign. Making a class drop off an extended layoff. Do not like that angle. Only when it's come on a wet surface. His other 2 races are dead last, so he's a kind of like a first time starter, And for this, Calbred, not today. His numbers are not that quick. I'm not even going to pay too much mind of him today. If he beats me, that's fine. So we're going to take that 2, the 7, and Christian Torres, who was a bug boy like we mentioned. He gets off to ride that. I thought he rode the 2. What is Christian? He rides the 3. So the 3 could be possibly tough. Now Zayas, who rode this horse in his past, he jumps off 2. So let's take a look at the 6. The 6 is a nice horse off the claim. 3 consecutive second place finishes at this condition. With blankers, had an awkward start, bumped at the start, clearly yielded. So he's had Paco Lopez. He's off the claim, and he should show some speed. He's throwing a slop in all those races. Hector Berrios is an aggressive rider. He could show speed off that fresh layoff. I like him because he's competitive at the level, even though he faced 3 consecutive slop races. 1 for 16, though. I say we're definitely including the 4 and the 2, the 7. I almost want to include the 3 over the 6. We're looking for that speed. We're not sure if the 7 is going to show speed off the layoff. Hasn't faced this level of competition yet. There's no guarantees of that. So this horse without an awkward start has shown speed at the condition, at the level. Along with the 5, who's taking the blinkers off but has not won since his 2-year-old campaign. And his numbers are very, very low. At 5-2, do not know if I could take him. It's too short of a price right now to take him. So even though he could show speed at the distance. Along with the 6, I'm looking for certainty to show speed. The 5, 6, and 7 all should show speed. The 8 is a closer that's not fast enough. The 4 just doesn't want to win at this level. Doesn't have enough opportunities and should be closing. Not really a speed factor with blinkers. The 3 is not really a speed factor with blinkers. But it's a long shot play to close. The 2 is just in better form than the 3, the 4, and he's beaten 3 of these horses. The 2 horse have, so he only has to beat the 5, the 6, and the 7 who we're using, the 8 who has no shot, and like the 5. The 5 gets, if the 5 outbreaks the 6 and the 7 for speed, then he goes along with it. I'm going to bet that the 6 and the 7 has just enough speed to go with the 5, and the 2 to just stalks right off the pace and get a good trip. So we're gonna make the top pick out the 2 horse. Second pick, we're gonna go with the 6, just because I believe he's gonna show he's the most reliable speed in this field, besides the 5. And then I'll make the third pick the 7. And if I had to make a 4th pick in here, I won't go into, because the 3 and the 5, there could be players in here as well. So I won't do that. I'm going to stick with those, must use of the 3. Of the 2, the 6, and the 7. The 6 and the 7 to show speed, along with the 5 horse. The 2 to have a nice trip behind them. Should be closing. Hopefully can outclose the 3 horse. Not too worried about the 4. Not too worried about the 1 or the 8. So the 2 can outclose, get the jump on the 3. It's going to be tough. Along with the 6 and the 7. So we're going to go 2, 6, 7. Top pick the 2, second pick the 6, third pick the 7. Here we are at race 9. And we're going to take a 2-minute break, guys. Okay, so we're back at it. Race 9. What are we? 3 deep in the previous race. We're 4 deep in the race before that, and we're 3 deep, I believe, with the 5, the 1, and the 7. Yep, we're 3 deep in the first race. So again, we're leaving ourselves to 2 horses in the last race. I'm sorry, guys, the audio's not messed up. Okay. Okay, and we're back. Sorry for the interruption, guys. We're on race 9. On allowance, optional 25 claiming, mile in the 16 on the turf, ages 3 years and upward. So this is a first level allowance, $25,000 claimer. Mile in the 16. Gonna going to dive into it. The 3 horses a player, 4 horses a player, 6 horses a player, the 7 horses 1, the 8 horses 1, the 9, the 11 is 1 as well. So in these type of races, these are tough races, but we like to find common winners at the level. So my one is 16 class rate, number 104. All right. Right off bat, we see this horse right here. He faces level of competition 3 starts back and steady traffic. That's a lot of trouble. Out of that race, he rated the pace, going 20, started 20, and then won for 16, being competitive for 20. You know, this horse showed good speed. Was in some sprints in his maiden races. Showed good speed on the turf. Speed does well, on the weekends. Trouble at this level. We're gonna look to keep him in our, maybe on our ticket. Right now, we're gonna keep looking. We have the 9. So Miguel Vasquez. Okay, Ronald Spence and Camacho doesn't really have a history together. Miguel Vasquez, who's won with this horse twice, jumps off to run the 9, who has not ran. Who he's not run for this trainer, who's not ran before. Why does he elect to get on to the 9 over the 11 who he's ran? I don't know. Let's handicap it. As we can see, he's a winner for 12, now wins a 2, and open 12. He's probably not likely to show much speed after adding blankers and being 7 1/4 lengths first call, going 12-5, now wins a 2. So he's not really a pace factor. Not seeing the jockey move. Why was it? Not understanding it. Maybe Ronald Spasser likes to go with the hot jockey Sammy Camacho. That's not a bad jockey switch to Sammy Camacho, even though Miguel is a solid rider as well. So let's look at the 8 horse. He's a winner at State Bred 16, State Bred 16 a couple times with blankers. Misial Harmio jumps back aboard, who's won with this horse 2 starts back. Showing speed. Has he shown speed for 25? He's shown speed going sprinting for 25. It was claimed that day, and since then has ridden for $16,000 in every career start from there, and has shown speed each time too, running first or second at every call. Now this is a step up in class, which we like to see. That sprint race definitely going to pack on more speed to him. We like to see the step up in class. The 11 is stepping up in class as well, but is losing his jockey. Okay. These horses could be leery because Miguel Vasquez is electing to ride this 9 horse for some reason over a lot of these horses. So let's look at the 7. No maintenance inside. He's ridden 2 starts back. He was at this level, and at 2-1, no visual excuses. 3 starts back, 4 starts back. He's won a while ago for both this year, but for claiming 16 condition, 9 winners in 6 months. That's pretty weak field. doesn't show like he's going to show much speed as well. At 5-1, loses his jockey. Lost to Croy last time out on June the 11th. He was claimed that day as well. He ran a 101 out of that race. Okay. Now we have Surprise Factor. Ken Sweezy, Regime Mirage. This horse has won 2 starts in a row. Bobbled at the start and was always clear, so he had trouble last time out and won April 18th. Okay, it was a step up in class because it was out of 9 winners or 2. He has had good jockeys. Victor Barbosa has had this horse 3 times, as we can see. Was claimed for $20,000 in each start going in. Now is protected finally after running competitive in all those races. Won twice last time out. This horse is in good form. In that class height, he wins for New Connections. He's won in the Kesley Danner barn, won in the Victor Barbosa barn. Now he's in the Ken Sweezy barn trying to go 3 for 3. 2 wins have come on the pace. Doesn't need the lead per se though. But that's his last 2 wins. Maybe try to get him on the lead. The 7 doesn't look like he's going to show much pace. The 8 is going to bring pace to the party. The 9 doesn't look like he's going to show much pace. The 11 doesn't look like he's going to show much pace. But going a mile in the 16 is going to tend to go to closers. So even though he's won for a mile in the 16, you want to bet speed. Even that's what everybody's thinking, a bet closer in a mile in the 16, but you still want to bet the speed. Okay, so we have a horse right here that's stepping up in class off a maiden victory. Wants to be protected for maiden 50. That's a tough race. Sammy Camacho jumps off though. Who just won with this horse. Do not like to see a high jockey to jump off of a horse. So and his only win has been maiden 50 claimer, and he's trying to step up to go for allowance 25. I think he's up against it today. Won't show much speed. Different jockey, up in class. He's gelding him. Why does he geld him if he just won? There's a lot of question marks with the 4. I can't include him. Not today. We have 3. Once again, Luca Panici. He hasn't ran for this trainer, but has won with him last time out for maiden 15. Debuting for Maryland 16 shows that he won't show much speed. Winning for maiden 16, took over 2 wide. He held on. July the 1st. Anybody run July the 1st? Okay. I see a scratch. I don't know if it's worth going. Check it out. Let's see, what race would that have been? July 1st, race 2. And we're almost gonna finish up quick. Like I said, we have 2 races. 2 horses. We just gotta narrow it down to complete the pick 4 ticket. We're almost done here. Just finishing up. And guys, I'm trying to make these videos not as long, but as you can tell, this would just needed to handicap fully This is full handicapping sessions. Just to ensure we know how everything's going to play out on the day. And as you can tell, most of the races will play out how we see them. It's just a matter of the endings and getting the best trips. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't stay like this, because we're almost done, and honestly we don't even need to look at the replay. Oh no. No, I don't want this to add any more time to this video that it shouldn't. Sorry about this. I can't get it to select to one if best because alright. We're not gonna look for the replay. Obviously that's not alright, we're almost there. Alright. Oh.